to figure out what I was supposed to do with my life. Like there was one perfect answer hidden somewhere just out of sight. Every choice felt permanent, every wrong turn felt too expensive. So I'd stand still at the crossroads, afraid of choosing incorrectly. Long roads split wide when you're trying to predict your whole life. Big questions get loud when you're demanding certainty right now. Then I realized maybe the goal was never to find the perfect path. Maybe the goal was simply walking and becoming someone through the process. Then I realized maybe the goal wasn't knowing exactly where I'd end up. Maybe it was learning to trust myself. No matter where the road lay next. Looking back at all the turns I took, the ones I hated, the ones I loved, almost none of them led where I expected, yet somehow they led somewhere meaningful. The job that failed introduced a friend, the breakup led to growth I couldn't see then. The detour I spent years regretting built skills I still carry today. One truth lands deep, life connects in ways we cannot see. Hard years leave gifts hidden underneath the difficult bits. Then I realized maybe the goal was never to find the perfect path. Maybe the goal was simply walking and becoming someone through the process. Then I realized maybe the goal wasn't knowing exactly where I'd end up. Maybe it was learning to trust myself. No matter where the road lay next. No map can show everything you need to know. Some lessons appear only after you've been there. Oh. Then I realized maybe the goal was becoming the kind of person who could handle whatever came next, instead of predicting every outcome. Then I realized maybe the goal was never certainty at all. Maybe it was building enough faith to keep moving without it. Headlights stretching down an empty highway, stars scattered across the dark. Funny how the road becomes less frightening once you stop demanding to see the end. I spent years thinking I needed motivation before I could become consistent, waiting for the feeling to show up before I'd show up myself. Some mornings it was there in full color, some mornings it was nowhere to be found. And every time it disappeared, so did the progress I was trying to build. Fast feelings come and go, like weather nobody controls. Long goals need more than whatever motivation's for. The day I stopped relying on motivation, everything started changing, because motivation got me started, but discipline kept me moving. The day I stopped relying on trust grows differently when you earn it from within. I learned that showing up tired counts, showing up discouraged counts, showing up uncertain counts, as long as you keep showing up. Because success isn't built on perfect days, it's built on ordinary ones. The days nobody posts about, the days that quietly become your life. One truth stands tall, consistency beats inspiration. After all hard roads, reward the people willing to come back tomorrow. The day I stopped relying on motivation, everything started changing, because motivation got me started, but discipline kept me moving. The day I stopped relying on motivation, I finally became dependable to myself. And trust grows differently when you earn it from within. No feeling lasts, no spark burns that fast, but habits remain long after the feeling fades away. I stopped living at the mercy of emotion and started building a life that could survive difficult seasons. The day I stopped relying on motivation and started honoring my commitments was the day I became the kind of person I'd always admired in others. Sunrise spreading across the kitchen floor, coffee steaming in the stillness. Funny how success often looks less like passion and more like keeping your word. I used to think the people winning had something I was missing. More confidence, more talent, some hidden advantage I couldn't see. I'd watch them from a distance, certain they were built differently, while I stood stuck in the same place, questioning every step in front of me. Long years go by, believing other people's highlights. Big doubts grow tall when you keep yourself feeling small. Then I realized the difference wasn't talent, luck, or timing. It was that they kept showing up long after showing up got difficult. And I realized the difference wasn't what they had, it was what they did. Again and again and again, when nobody would have blamed them for quitting. I started looking closer then at the people I admired most, and every story sounded familiar. More setbacks than success at first, failed businesses, rejected dreams, years spent building behind the scenes, the part nobody celebrates until the ending makes it look worth it. One truth cuts through, persistence beats what talent won't do. Hard roads reward the people willing to come back for more. Then I realized the difference wasn't talent, luck, or timing. It was that they kept showing up long after showing up got difficult. And I realized the difference wasn't what they had, it was what they did. Again and again and again, effort repeated long enough to become visible. Then I realized the difference, and suddenly the goal felt reachable, because persistence is something learned, not something you're born with. Then I realized the difference, and tonight that feels empowering, because if success belongs to those who stay, then maybe I still have a chance. Morning light across the dashboard, highway stretching toward the sun. Funny how impossible dreams start looking smaller once you understand them. I used to think resilience meant never breaking under pressure, never doubting, never stumbling, never needing help to get through weather. So every time I fell apart, I treated like a personal failure, like strength was something permanent, not something built through labor. Long fights leave scars on even the strongest hearts. Hard days come through, no matter who they happen to. I saw a strength man never bending. Now I know strength means returning, coming back after the hard days, after the setbacks and uncertainty. No matter how many times life wins around. Some of the strongest people I know have cried in parked cars after work, questioned everything they believed, and still got up the next morning. They aren't fearless, they aren't flawless, they just keep moving despite it all. And maybe that's the kind of courage I've been trying to understand. One truth stands tall, nobody stands without a fall. Good hearts learn grace for the battles they don't erase. I fought strength men never bending. Now I know strength means returning, coming back after the hard days, after the setbacks and uncertainty. Life wins around. No hero escapes the weight of difficult days. They just learn how to carry what once felt too heavy. I thought strength meant never bending. Now I know strength means laughing softly on the rooftop. Streetlights glowing in the dark. Funny how strength looks less like steel and more like showing up with a scar. I spent years trying to prove myself to people who weren't keeping score, carrying expectations on my back, till I forgot what I was carrying them for. Everyone got smaller in my eyes, every loss got magnified. I became a stranger to my own success, always focused on the next climb. Long days move fast when you're running from your own path. Big dreams grow loud till they drown everything around. I was chasing validation, like it could finally make me whole, like somebody else's approval could fill a hole inside my soul. I was chasing validation till I looked around one day and realized I'd spent years building a life I never stopped to appreciate. The house wasn't bigger than my worries, the paycheck wasn't louder than my doubt. The praise disappeared by morning and left the same questions hanging around. Then a friend asked me a simple thing: if nobody ever applauded, would you still choose this? The silence after that question told me more than words ever did. One truth cuts deep, the answers aren't always what we seek. Good lives start small with learning not to need it all. I was chasing validation, like it could finally make me whole, like somebody else's approval could fill a hole inside my soul. I was chasing validation till I looked around one day and realized I'd spent years building a life I never stopped to appreciate. No crowd can give the kind of peace you have to live. No praise can stay if self-respect never finds a way. I was chasing validation, now I'm chasing something different. A life that feels honest when I wake up, and honest when the day is finished. I was chasing validation, and maybe that's why I feel lighter now, because the person whose approval mattered most was standing in the mirror all alone. Morning sunlight through the blinds, coffee steaming